We have another sneak peek for the upcoming episode of Sister Wives. This is from Parade magazine, and Sister Wives Meri Brown makes a blunt observation about ex-Cody after divorce with this exclusive clip. And what is this blunt observation? I don't know why I go out of my way to be nice when he so flippantly and comfortably talks blank about me. I have the same question too, and I've had the question for years. And frankly, we could do a whole episode just showing clips about what Cody has said about her for years. You know, at first, when he first started saying this stuff and she was sort of really nice and comfortable, I was like, well, she hasn't seen it. She hasn't seen it. Well, then the next season would come out and I'd be like, she still hasn't seen it. The person in that footage has not seen it yet. But then it was seasons and seasons. And I'm like, girl, you've certainly seen it by now. Why are you not even, like, I get that maybe she's not going to do what Christine did, which is go full, like, he's a jerk, he's all that. Even Janelle is a little bit like, a little sly here and there. She makes little comments about things like, when she made a comment about, like, how David's great, he raised 8 kids and they all still talk to him. Mwah. Chef's kiss, perfect. But Meri's not even being subtle. She just doesn't seem, I don't know, she gives him a level of consideration that feels borderline being walked on, and it concerns me. And what's funny is, if I was to say who would be the maddest for me to say they're being walked on, it would be Meri of the three. But she seems to be the one who's exhibiting that behavior the most, and she just does not deserve it. I want to be really clear. Sometimes people get mad at me because I say critical things of her, but it's because she does not deserve this. He is an awful human being, and she deserves, at the very least, she doesn't want to say anything critical because she's concerned about whatever. At least guard your heart from him. Like, at least guard your heart. So she is talking, this upcoming episode, we know that she's going to go with Jen to visit a friend down in, I think it was Vegas, and they're going to talk about her spiritual release. And this is actually something I've been wanting to hear, because she talks a little bit about the legal divorce. So many people get this confused. When she married Cody way back in the day, 33 years or whatever ago, they had a spiritual marriage and a legal marriage. And so legally the government saw they were married, but they believed that there was this additional spiritual marriage which had special significance in their religion. And even when they legally divorced, what they told us at the time was that they were still spiritually married. They might not legally be married according to the government, but they were spiritually married. Now, if you watch that season where they talk about the legal divorce, and just to say what everyone else is thinking, no, I don't think this was not just Meri out of nowhere coming up with this idea. And that's one of the questions I'd love to hear. But I mean, they even said it on the show, gosh, you know, we'd love for Cody to adopt the kids, but they're not legally married and they need to be legally married and blah, 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 blah. And they explain it on the show that even being legally married is not a guarantee, but it ups their chance and all of that. So, but during that season, they kept saying, nothing's changing. It's just a paperwork shuffle. But it was so clear that it was deeply affecting Meri. And Cody was, at moments, very tender with Meri during this. It was very surprising because otherwise he was treating her like a sister-in-law or as a business associate, but he kissed her and held her hand, and I was like, oh, you know, that's actually kind of nice. But then that very quickly went away. Like, once the legal divorce was done, it very quickly kind of disappeared and all that. And I'm hoping that what we get is a little bit more honesty. If I was to pitch something to Sister Wives as a way of creating more meaningful content, it would be to do kind of what they did with the look back or the talk back, but in actual episodes, and bring up past things and past footages and be like, you know, what I didn't say then was I had this concern, or what I was feeling then that I didn't express, or what you didn't see on camera but was happening, and like give us more detail about that, because I think that's what people are really interested in. I don't know if we're ever going to get it. So we'll have to see how this episode actually turns out, because I feel like a lot of the episodes have been almost really good, but they've pulled back from discussing the things that the fans really want.